And we're joined by Marc Schulman, an author of the Tel Aviv Diary and a columnist for Newsweek and longtime contributor with us. Marc, good to have you to talk about these issues. Obviously, a lot at stake going on with this. Looking at, we just had Bernie Sanders on the screen, obviously. You see this right now, and he's been this has long been his position that the Jewish state shouldn't have the arms to protect itself, at least not from America. That's gained traction right now. And I think that speaks to a wider issue that I think the war comes down to is, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it looks like we're facing a situation where it's the Iranian regime's ability to withstand punishment and survive versus the U.S. political will to carry on this fight to whatever conclusion it carries on to. Am I getting close to accurate on that?
No, yes and no. I mean, I think you're correct in terms of the Iran war. I don't think that's directly related to, let's say, the vote last night in the Senate. It was directly about Israel. The Iran war is more complicated, and it's more a question of gas prices and things like that.
But it also falls along those same lines, Mark. I mean, the votes when it comes to the Iran war have also fallen along these same lines.
Well, of course, don't forget, Democrats are going to oppose anything Trump's going to do anyway, so let's start there. No, but I think for us, it should be a 5-alarm fire. I mean, it's been a 1-alarm fire, a 2-alarm. It's a fire that's been burning and burning and burning. It all started when Prime Minister Netanyahu spoke in the Senate, again, the Congress, I should say, against the Obama JCPOA agreement. Yeah. Yes, that started it. It was taken as an affront by many Democratic lawmakers, and it's just gotten worse and worse and worse. And the problem is we're doing nothing about it. We're not paying attention to it. We've sent second-rate diplomats to the United States at this point, people who, for whatever reason, we could want to send over there, and we have no real plan. And on top of everything else, we don't understand how critical this is for our future. We make decisions based on our military needs. It's 100% correct. But sometimes we need to think, what is going to be the other effect of it? And the effect on American public opinion has been devastating. I mean, forget the vote yesterday. Look at that recent Pew poll, where more people support the Palestinians than support us in the United States today. And look at the Republicans under 50, I believe it is. The majority of them think the same way. We have a 5-alarm fire.
I want to add to this, though, Mark. We're talking about the 2015 visit by Netanyahu to speak to Congress, controversial as that was. You're right. That did damage in the moment. But that was 11 years ago. There's something like 80% of the Congress has turned over since then. Most of them weren't around during that moment. So it's not the source of the issues here.
No, it was the start. It was the start.
Turned to them.
No, but it was the start. It started. It was a pattern. Let's be clear. Netanyahu has clearly identified himself with the Republicans. Has thrown everything in with the Republicans. It's worked so far. It got President Trump clearly on his side, and they're close.
I want to throw in the point that it appears that everyone's position on the war right now, in the U.S. Congress at least, aligns with sort of where they were on President Trump before the war. It seems to be really that everything has fallen into this basket. And you're right. Netanyahu, Israel has gone all in with President Trump at this point, and clearly that's having damage in terms of the support across the aisle in the United States.
Look, don't forget, this is an unusual war. Usually when wars start, they get bipartisan support, right? Traditionally, every single war the United States has been involved in, at least at the beginning, has gotten bipartisan support. As the wars drag on, like Vietnam, et cetera, that bipartisan support dissipated. This is the first war that began without any bipartisan support or any outreach to bipartisan support. But look, we have a really, really big problem. Remember, the midterms are about to take place in the United States in 6 months. I have not heard any betting person thinking that the Democrats are not going to regain control of the House of Representatives. Then what? And there's even a chance they could gain control of the Senate.
And January 2029 looms as well, the new president. I think then what's the big question for them as well, no matter which party wins.
Right, but that's a number of years off. But I'm talking about right now. We're talking about 6 months from now. And I don't see, we're starting to see it on the Israeli media. They're starting to bring it up and talking about the support that we've lost in the United States. But this is really a 5-alarm fire. And I think it's more important than a particular village in Lebanon, to be quite honest with you. Whether we capture one village or not, or one town, as this last town we're going to capture now, Binge-Build in Lebanon, is less important than losing additional support in the United States. And people have to understand that there's a balance. And our support in the United States is critical to us going forward. If we lose that, what do we have?
No, it is a critical strategic asset at this point, no doubt about it. And sorry to jump in on you again, Mark. We're at the end of our time for this hour. But Marc Schulman, thanks for joining us on this, and agree full-heartedly this is a 5-alarm issue for Israel. Should be, at least, in terms of our relationship with the United States, bipartisan, as it should be. That's all for now.